Hello friends, welcome to youtube.com oblique Dr. Ved channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head, Veterinary Medicine. In this presentation, we are going to discuss important disease glanders and farcy. In part 2, we are going to discuss pathogenesis of glanders and clinical signs in two parts. Clinical signs section 1 we will discuss in this portion, and clinical science section 2 will discuss in the another video, because clinical science are very long. This is a very important zoonotic bacterial disease, important from all aspects. In this slide we will discuss the pathogenesis of glanders. The incubation period is nearly 15 days. The organism generally enters through pharyngeal mucosa and invade the regional lymph nodes. But there are many other routes also that already we have seen in the previous videos. Then the organism reach to the blood. There also they multiply and produce a septicemic condition, a very acute condition. Or it may produce simply bacteria and it results into the chronic form of the glanders. We continue the pathogenesis. After entry, the organism proliferate into the regional lymph node. This disease is also called as synonym as a farcy. It is a cutaneous form. When the skin is involved, it is called as farcy. In this, the organism enters through skin wound. Then organism reaches the bloodstream and may localize into the various organs and form nodules and ulcers in the skin. The organism also involves the lung via inhalation and may produce a severe bronchopneumonia. So there are many routes of entry of this organism through ingestion, through inhalation, through skin wound, through mucous membrane. Here we will see clinical signs of the glanders. Now the glandular is subdivided or classified or named in a different ways. Here the disease is named according to the location of the primary lesion, and accordingly it is divided into three forms. If the lesions are in nasal mucous membrane, it is called as nasal glanders. If the lesions are in lungs, it is called as pulmonary glanders. If the lesions are on the skin, it is called as farcy or cutaneous glanders. So this disease is, is a combination of one or more of the above three forms, either nasal, pulmonary or cutaneous glanders. Detail about this we will see in the next video. Continue with the clinical signs. There is another way of classification. Disease may be acute or subacute form or chronic or latent form. Acute or subacute form is generally a nasal and pulmonary form. Donkeys and mules often develop acute glanders. The chronic or latent form is generally a cutaneous form, and horses usually develop a chronic glanders. When there is septicemia, it develops an acute form. When there is bacteremia, it forms a chronic or latent form. The incubation period varies few days to even several months. Now we see the symptoms of acute form of glanders. Initially, there is high temperature because there is septicemia. There is ocular and nasal discharge. There is dyspnea, and dyspnea is due to swelling of the nasal mucosa and edema of the glottis. The ulcers are refractory to healing. They don't show any sign of the healing. And acute form is very severe. And I told you that nasal form and the pulmonary form is the acute form. So it is a severe form. So death occur in few days due to anoxia or septicemia. Generally the donkeys and mules show acute form of the glanders that we have already seen. Here we discuss the symptoms of chronic form of glanders. Chronic form is common in horses and the infection persists for a few months or even a year, very long time. So there will be a intermittent fever. When there is bacteremia, it manifests chronic form. There is a frequent coughing and great respiratory distress. Continue on discussion on chronic form of the glanders. There are nasal lesions. These nasal lesions are nodular or ulcerative. The lymph node of the mandible become very hard, firm, and nodular. In this chronic form, the horse gradually become debilitated and poor condition, emaciation, and there is a poor hair coat. We will discuss here farcy, that is cutaneous form of the glandula. Here, cutaneous lesions are seen. Lesions are on skin. Lesions are generally nodular or ulcerative. Characteristic is that there is edema of the hind limbs, and characteristic is that it is down up to the hock region. It is not above, it is down. That is because of the involvement of the lymph node. Discharge from the lymph nodes, ulcers gradually healing up, and after healing, it leaves a characteristic irregular star-shaped scar because there is formation of the scar and there is contraction of the connective tissue. This leads to irregular star-shaped scar. This is the characteristic of the disease. The infected animal live for years, but it disseminates the infection and it is potentially dangerous for the other horses. Please remember, prognosis is unfavorable. This is incurable disease. Prognosis is not favorable. Friends, in this presentation, I have discussed pathogenesis and clinical findings of glanders. Because the clinical findings are very long, we have made two parts. One part we have discussed in this video and clinical science section 2 we discuss in the next video. This is an important disease from field point of view, from student point of view. So request you to share this information to veterinary students and veterinarians. to promote the channel. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you very much for observing this video.